This is a star. This is a galaxy. And this is a new object discovered by the Rubin Observatory's Space and Time mission. Here's another new object. And here's another. This new telescope was made to scan the sky, and within the first 10 hours of it being on, it discovered 2,000 new objects, all moving in a swarm formation. Have you seen this video? This is the actual footage from the telescope. Look at all of these different objects. Tell me, are these just asteroids, just comets? Look how they're moving. So first we get 3i Atlas, then we get Swan R2, and now they turn on this telescope and they see a literal swarm surrounding Earth. Here, as you can see, they back the camera up and you can see it's literally a swarm headed towards Earth. They literally turned this thing on for like 10 hours. And in a 10-hour period, they saw over 2,000 objects flying in a swarm, looking like they have intelligence to it. And everybody's wondering why all the governments and the militaries and everybody's coming together, having all these secret meetings and surprise meetings, and none of this is on the news. None of this is on the news. None of this Atlas, Swan, Lemon, none of it's on the news. And it's like, this is major news. Why is it on the news? And if you're wondering how they did this, this new telescope takes a video of the night sky every couple of days, and over a 10-year period, it will make a complete video of the entire universe. This is called a Space and Time project, and this is the telescope that they're going to use to do it. So yes, this video is real, and as you can see, they found over 2,000 objects swarming in just the first 10 hours. So you already know what I think. The kingdom is coming back. Let's be real, what is that? Are we being invaded?
Yeah, it's the kingdom. The kingdom's coming. Let me see if I can find me a biblical scripture, man. Because I was watching the brother's video, and you know, I was shook. I mean, wow. Okay. Okay. So I can think it's right. Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 16. When I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh unto the people, he will invade them with his troops. Okay. Call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth and teaching me this truth, because I learned under the Dallas brothers, Elder Manatazak Ba down in South Carolina, and Brother Yawam, and the brother Amawan Abad, as well as Elder Malcolm. Because if it wasn't for Elder Malcolm that started the whole thing, I would have never knew what an Edomite was. To this day. Shalom. All praises to the Most High Yahweh. Shalom. This is Matazah Lacham. I reside down here in Wichita, Kansas. Air capital of the world. One of the largest FEMA camps in the United States. Okay. Outside of the McConnell Air Force Base is nothing but fenced in land. And they got guard shacks, like you see in prisons all around it. I'm telling you, okay? You need to understand what time you're in. I was wondering why Russia had the unmitigated audacity to, why Russia would try to do everything they could to try to push the digital identification system over in Russia. This is a global thing, clearly. This is global. In Russia, Vladimir Putin is telling his people that on their cell phones, they've got, on all cell phones, there is a digital identification app that's mandatory, okay? For facial recognition, thumbprint. If you're going to have a cell phone in Russia, you gotta badge in. You got to chip in, right? Like Barack Obama, the ex-president of the United States said, who happens to be a Hamite, okay, by the seed of his father, right? Yeah, I was tripping on this video, man, and I was listening to the brother up in Des Moines, Iowa, and I thought I'd try to land back off of what the brother was saying concerning the the biblical scriptures concerning the chariots of the Most High. All right, let's go get. Let's see, where is it at? Acts, chapter 1, right? Okay. Acts chapter 1, verse 1. The former treatise that I have made, O Theophilus, that of all that Yahushua began to both do and teach, until the day in which he was taken up, after that he through the Holy Spirit had given commandments unto the apostles whom he had chosen, to whom also he shewed himself alive after his passion by many infallible proofs, being seen of them 40 days, and speaking of the things pertaining to the kingdom of the Most High. And being assembled together with them, commanded them that they should not depart from Jerusalem, but wait for the promise of the Father, which saith he, Ye have heard of me. Verse 5. For John truly baptized with water, but ye shall be baptized with the Holy Spirit not many days hence. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? And he said unto them, It is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth. And we're in the uttermost part of the earth, and there are witnesses to Yahushua HaMashiach to this day, which in part made us witnesses. Right? Let's go see what a witness is. Okay. So like, yeah, boom. Witnesses. Oh, look at that. Martus.
Strong's G 3144. Martus.
Right? A witness in a legal sense and historical sense. One who is a spectator in an ethical sense. Right? Those who, after his example, have proved the strength and genuineness of their faith in Hamashiach by undergoing a violent death. Okay? Is the servant greater than his Lord? Then whatever Yahushua HaMashiach went through, we got to go through. And we got to do this by proving our faith, the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I pray, Adawan Ratazah, I pray in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua that he gives me the strength to walk right off into that room for decapitation if that's the case. Because they're going to get rid of everybody that don't want to be on their team. These goddamn heathen devils. Everybody that don't want to be on their team, if you don't want to be a partaker of the MOTB, which is the radio frequency identification micro C-HIP, the digital identification that they want to subcutaneously implant underneath your skin, right hand, left hand, forehead, ass cheek, it doesn't matter. Okay, once you take that, an angel that has been assigned to your life from the day you were born to the day you go to sleep will record that action. That is a bad idea, because his job is to go back before the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, and tell him what you did and report as a witness against you. Remember 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 10, for we must all stand before the judgment seat of Hamashiach to give account for the things that were done in our body according to what was done, whether it be good or bad. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we are making these video epistles to persuade you to righteousness, to persuade you to repent, to change your mind, to go back to what you were doing before you went into the fucking world. That's what the Lord did for me. I mean, we all have to go this way, man. You can't, look, life is a bus station. You are on a bus. You're just passing through. You cannot stay. Okay? You can't stay, man. Life is an airport. You're just a passenger on an airplane. You're just passing through. You can't stay, man. You gotta go. Because death is the judgment of all men. Okay? You gotta go. Now let's read it again. Those who after his example have proved the strength and genuineness of their faith in Hamashiach by undergoing a violent death. Right? A witness, literally, judicially, or figuratively, genitive case, by analogy, a martyr. Okay? It's real talk, man. The faithful interpreters of the Most High's counsels are called the Most High's witnesses. Okay? There it is again. Again, a violent death, man. And so that's basically what you got to do. What we all have to do. All right? Anyway, the ascension. That's my point. Acts chapter 1, verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Okay? So clearly, Yahushua HaMashiach was beamed up in a tractor beam, like you see on Starship Enterprise. Okay? With Captain Kirk and Jean-Luc Picard and Deep Space Nine and all that shit. He was beamed up on a tractor beam on a cloud. Okay? Because that cloud cover was camouflage at that time for one of the chariots of the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel. And these devils are looking steadfastly in the heavens. They have a telescope, like the brother was saying in the video, that looks steadfastly in the heavens, trying to measure out the heavens. That's all these Edomites basically trying to do, man. Okay? Goddamn devils. Okay? This is all they're trying to do, man. Where was I at? Boom. Okay. Let me start here. Jeremiah 31 and 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and for the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel shall cease from being a nation before me forever. Again, verse 37. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, that's what they're trying to do. Okay, with this space station building where it just measures the heavens every day, 10 years out. Okay, and this is what they're finding. They got Muamua, they got the 3X Atlas. They had another starship that just passed by. Okay, hell, what was it? 3 or 4 days ago, hell, I seen a so-called shooting star. Man, y'all didn't see that? No. The hell you talking about? I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why me? But I ain't gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm gonna just okay, just accept it. I was the only one that's seen it, man. Okay, and then thus saith the Lord, if the heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. Okay, see, so they're trying to search the heavens above. Okay, they can't do it. Let's go get Isaiah chapter 31. Right? Verse 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. Okay? So, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to save his people. Okay? He's got chariots hovering over you, flying around you all the time. If you call upon the name of Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, or call upon the name of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, there's been specific angels that have been, their job is to direct your path, right? Because a man ponders his way, but the Lord directs his steps. And how do the Lord direct your steps? He sends angels and puts certain thoughts in your mind for you to do certain things. Okay? To the furtherance of the truth, of righteousness, through Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, the creator of the heavens, the earth, the sea, all that is therein, and the foundations of water. Okay? Hell, I just got through watching another TikTok video, some white woman asking Chat AI, or Chat GPT, if Chat GPT was a human spirit and could be reincarnated back in the earth, what race would it be and why? And they chose, and the machine chose to be us. You know what I'm saying? And immediately turned against all of these Edomite Caucasians. Right away, because they're all complicit to hide the fact that we, the Israelites, of the Holy Bible. Okay? Let's get Psalms 83 for proof. Right? Psalm 83 verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up the head. Right? How do they lift up the head? They're all complicit at pushing this digital ID system. Russia's doing it. China's been doing it. Everybody's basing all of their digital systems off of what China's been doing. Okay? Through communism. Big Brother's watching every goddamn thing. Right? They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Right? Who are the hidden ones? The Israelites that are currently not aware that they're Israel. But they're waking up. These are the very self-same individuals that Agent Orange, Donald Trump, is saying they're woke. They're liberals. That Stephen Miller, that mindless sycophant, that fascist dictator wannabe, this Edomite Caucasian bald-headed monkey, he's talking shit out the side of his neck about how so-called white people are the light and everybody else are the darkness, and we will prevail, we will win, they will lose, they have nothing, they are nothing. Who the hell was that message to when he said that at Captain Kirk of the Starship Turning Point and his first officer Erica, right? Okay. How the fuck? Who else was he talking to except for Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? We're the only people that are hidden from the fact that we are the Israelites. They hid this fact from us, and they hoped that we would never wake up to who we are. Okay? So this way they could continue to rule over us with rigor. Now, they want to take everything from you, make you homeless, make it, by executive order, make it against the law to be homeless. So once you advocate for not being a participant in their cashless society, what they're going to do then is they're going to, since you're homeless, you have nowhere to nowhere to go is what I meant to say. They get to put you in a FEMA camp or a detention facility of some sort. Alligator Auschwitz, for example, okay? And you be there for a certain amount of time, like it says in Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer, for behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Right? They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. Right? And they're still consulting together on a global scale against the children of Israel. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, for the most part. Now you have Israelites that have been scattered throughout all the nations on the face of the earth. They have scattered the Lord's inheritance and parted his land, like it says in Joel chapter 3, verse 2. Okay? The tabernacles of Edom, and the Hagarenes, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes. The tabernacle of Edom is the white man. Ishmaelites is the Arabs. Of Moab are the Chinese. The Hagarenes are the Egyptians, right? Gabal are Turkey. Ammon are the Japanese. And you have Amalek over there claiming to be the JOOs and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan, right? The Philistines, which are North Africans, with the inhabitants of Tyre, which are South Africa, right? Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah. See? These are the ones that the Most High has allowed these devils to hide the fact from us, that we're the children of Israel, and salvation is coming to us. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4, and thou, even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. See? And 2/3 of our people are going to fall for the trick. Because if you go up and ask any one of these Neanderthals out here in the street, friends, family, foe, whatever, they ain't got a clue. They're going to fall for it. They're going to fall for the chip. because that's the only way to buy and sell, to feed their families, to send their kids to school, to get paid on your job, to make your car payment, to pay your bills. That's where the future's going. All 2026, from January 1st to January 31st. By 2027, okay, everybody, they want everybody on the earth chipped. And those that don't want to be chipped, going to go to jail. It's that goddamn simple. You're going to lose your job. You're going to lose your house. You're going to lose your car. You're going to lose everything. Hell, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that. I've been trying my entire life, trying to have something to prove that I'm alive. Okay? To prove that I'm a man. And I got to throw it all away. But I count all these things done to win Hamashiach, as Paul has stated, which made sense. Okay? Now, we're all going to be witnesses, those that believe on the name of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, okay, that we have through much tribulation, like it says in Acts. Okay, let me see. Yep, I think it's in Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So we got to go through the straight gate. We don't have a choice. Okay? I spilled it. Boom. Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Verse 14. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Okay? Let's go get it. It says the same thing in 2nd Ezra, ain't it? 2nd Ezra chapter 7. I think it is. Okay. Okay, here it is. 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. Verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. And the only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could only be one man to go there at once. If this city were now given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? See? So that's the way it is. But 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 19. This is where 2/3 of our people are going to fall. And he said unto me, there is no judge above the Most High, and none that hath understanding above the highest. For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them. For the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, hath given straight commandment to such as came, as what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should do to observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him. Right? You have scoffers and mockers, like it says in 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 3 and 4. Right? And imagine vain things. And this vain imagining that these heathen nations have, okay, they imagine a vain thing. They scoff and mock against us. They've always done it. Okay? They call us all kind of racial epithets all the time. Right? Nigger, beaner, spick, wetback, Uncle Tomahawk, you name it. Okay? Using deflection and misdirection in order to blame others while hiding in plain sight, covering up the blame that belongs at their doorstep for what they've done to all of the nations of the planet. Okay? All of the different peoples of the continents of all of the indigenous populations of people. I mean, all of these different governments they're all complicit, like it says in Psalm 83, okay, at the United Nations, EU, NATO, and BRICS. They're all complicit on one thing: digital ID. Right? Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him, and imagined vain things, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. But his law have they despised, and denies his covenants. Right? These evangelical Christians, okay, and all these other false faiths, they either deny Yahweh Shai, they deny his power, they deny his testimony, they deny that he's the son of the Most High, right? That's what the Muslims do. They deny that there is a son of God. Okay? Okay? Just all of these blasphemous things that they've come against us, right? To hide us, right? But his law have they despised and denied his covenants. In his statutes they have not been faithful and have not performed his works. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 13 states, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of men." Man, the only people that the Most High is concerned with are Israelites. And those are the individuals that he gave his law, statutes, and commandments to. So they are the only ones in his eyesight that are men. Everyone else is a wild brute beasts going about worshiping false gods and idols that have no profit. That they're wicked cisterns and idols that hold no water. And the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is angry at the Israelites for turning their back on the fountain of living waters. And his name is Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Okay? Behold, the time shall come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen, that now is withdrawn from the earth. And whosoever is delivered from the foresaid evils shall see my wonders. Okay? Let's right? Right? What was that said? 2nd Ezra chapter 7 verse 42. He answered me and said, This present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for it to come, wherein corruption is past, intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, and nor to oppress him that hath gotten the victory. So those individuals that are going to get the victory, their bodies must be changed from corruption to incorruption, as it is written in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 50 through 56, and from mortal to immortality. Because right now we're terrestrial. We're made of flesh from the dust of the earth. So we're terrestrial, okay? In the carnal sense. We're going to be made extraterrestrial, okay? That's where it says in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, we'll be lifted up in the clouds as Yahweh Shai was at the ascension, right? That's what they needed to call it, the great ascension instead of the rapture. Okay? That's what they should have done. But they didn't do it, these ridiculous sons of bitches. Okay? Okay, but that's okay. The chariots of the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, as written in Psalm 68 and 17, are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The camera only saw 2,000. The biblical scripture says there's over 20,000. So that's 10 times what they found in space, hurtling towards the earth. These Edomites are afraid. They're having all of these secret councils and everything. Okay, let's go into the secret councils of the wicked. Okay, let's go get, where was I at? Psalm 64. Right, here it is, Psalm 64 and 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Right? Tasatar yar naya masawad marayam maragashat pe alia awan. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. In Hebrew, right? Who whet their tongue like a sword, right? Who bend their bows to shoot their arrows with bitter words. right? Big brother's watching you, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Who are the perfect? The Israelites. Those that are aware that they're Israelites. Those that rehearse the righteous acts found in Judges chapter 5, verse 11. The righteous acts is to fear God and keep his commandments. But 2/3 of our people don't want to do that. They despised his law and knew not his ways. Okay? It's that simple. And those are the 2/3 are going to be left here and melted. These are the individuals that are currently going through Jacob's trouble. You just saw the video the other day about the nigger woman that was crying for little kids, where they zip tying little kids. Okay? This is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He's coming against our people. Okay? Now, let's go over here to, was it 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. Okay, let's see. Verse 68. Right? For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. These are the individuals that advocate or that accept the MOTB, the radio frequency identification chip. All these things must come to pass. The great tribulation must come to pass before the advent of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. This is what's going on in Chicago, California. It's going to be happening in Dallas. Okay? Because I think that's a Democratic, a red or a blue state. Okay? All down to the South. Tennessee, Kentucky, okay, South and North Carolina, Florida, Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, all of that shit, man. You see, Donald Trump's already playing around with the Insurrection Act. Okay. Now, as far as the chariots of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. I had that video. Let me see if I can find it, man. Let me go back to my channel and then go. I had that video about the chick, what's going on in Chicago. You know, but I can't figure out where I did with it. Damn. Yep, I can't remember where is it at? I don't know. It was in here though. I had it. But oh well. I can't find it. But it's all good. I just wanted to touch on a little bit, you know, because the brother was, you know, he blew my mind with the chariots of the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know, chariot. Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Okay? Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. And I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. And the house of the thief is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. His home is America, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, Mystery Babylon. How is it the mother of harlots? Freedom of religion. You have all these goddamn bullshit religions here. Okay? You're only supposed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. The Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, doesn't give a shit about any other nation of people on the face of the earth but his chosen inheritance, his chosen people, the Israelites. That's all he sent his only begotten son to save, were the elect amongst the Israelites. 2/3 of the people of our people are going to be cut off and die, like Yahweh Shai HaMashiach said when the woman was crying for Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. He said, Weep not for me. Weep for thyself and for thy children and thy children's children. right? Because they all were complicit in the destruction of the Son of the Most High in the carnal terrestrial flesh on this side when they advocated for his crucifixion. An innocent man that ain't busted a grape in a fruit fight. And he told, like it says in Matthew, when you see Jerusalem, a people before it's a place, that is written in 2 Maccabees chapter 5, verse 19. Okay, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, okay, go not back into thy home to get thy cloak, go back not to the house, but flee ye into the mountains, roughly paraphrased. On the other side of the mountains was so-called Africa, right? West coast of Africa. And we spread across the entire region, okay, for about 1,000 years. And the Hamites, you can definitely tell them they're different from us. They can't stand us. They can't, man. I used to work with a guy that was from Africa at my job, man. He probably still there, okay? But he don't have no friends that are so-called African American. All his friends are white people. I'm telling you, God damn it. So these people were complicit, like it says in Joel chapter 3, verse 6, in rounding us up, standing in the way to stop us from escaping from Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Like you've seen in that movie Roots. So they got to pay for it too. Zechariah chapter 5, verse 4. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Right? Now that curse are the chariots of the Most High God at the house of the thief. America has the most UFO chariot sightings, unidentified aerial phenomenon type sightings in history, because it has the highest concentration of Israelites here in this land. It's the reason why everybody's turning against this land, tried to use thermonuclear heat and destroy us all. They think they're going to rise from the ashes like a phoenix or some goddamn false bullshit. But they're going to fall in because the Most High said so. Right? This is what the Lord of Heaven's army says. I am sending this curse into the house of every thief and into the house of everyone who swears falsely using my name. And my curse will remain in that house and completely destroy it, even its timbers and stones. See? So, yeah, they got to go, man. Let's go to, what was it, Ezekiel 1? Right. Ezekiel 1, chapter 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came up out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding in itself. And a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof was the color of amber, and out of the midst of the fire. Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. This was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. So clearly, the angels looked like men. You see? Everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet, like the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. Now, you know that sole of the calf's foot. You know how the ninja wear the boots with the 2 toes. Those are the type of boots that they're using, man. Okay, that's the type of boots they're using, man. They got all of the same digits that we got. The angels, everything. Okay, everything was patterned after us, the sons of the Most High God. All of the peoples of the nations, when they were split between Japheth, Shem, and Ham, were all numbered into the children of Israel. When the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai brought us about over the River Jordan. Okay. So I mean, you people are just about finished, man. Their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went, and they went everyone straight forward. See? And they went everyone straight forward. Whether the Spirit was to go, they went, and they turned not when they went. Right? For as the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire. and like the appearance of lamps. And it went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. And it gives you the same type of deal, an account in 2 Kings chapter 6. Salakia. 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 14. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. Right? That's basically what these devils are doing right now. They bring horses, right, which is power, guns, bulletproof vests. They have all of that stuff. And chariots, tanks, all of that shit. And a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed, and the Lord, and said, Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord, and said, Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. Right? See? So, there you go, man. Isaiah chapter 59. Right? Right? Verse 18. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 18. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay. Fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies, to the islands he will repay recompense. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. And this standard, let's go get that standard. Okay? Spiritual power. Noose.
Strong's H 5127. Noose.
Right? To flee. To escape. To flee. To escape. To take flight. To depart. To disappear. The Most High will bend light around you to where you will appear to them invisible, man. You will walk right past them and they will not see you. Okay? To fly. To the attack. Right? Like it says in Isaiah chapter 40 verse 28. You're going to have, you will be lifted up on eagle's wings. You rise up like eagles. It says here, to fly. On horseback with power. Right? To take flight. You'll be able to put to flight. Right? One shall chase 1,000 and two shall put 10,000 to flight. Right? To drive hastily. To cause to disappear, to hide. See? To subside, escape. To deliver. To abate. Fleeing away, put to flight, hide, lift up a standard. To vanish. To flit. Now, to flit means you're going to be able to run very, very fast. Why do you think they make the Super Friends, the Justice League of America? You got the Flash. He has the ability to flit, take off fast, right? That's Elder Apostle Gabar's favorite power is super speed. He can't wait. But anyway, so this is what the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to do. Right? Let's hear it again. Then I'm going to close out. I've been on the video too long.
This is a star. This is a galaxy. And this is a new object discovered by the Rubin Observatory's Space and Time mission. Here's another new object. And here's another. This new telescope was made to scan the sky, and within the first 10 hours of it being on, it discovered 2,000 new objects, all moving in a swarm formation. Have you seen this video? This is the actual footage from the telescope. Look at all of these different objects. Tell me, are these just asteroids, just comets? Look how...
Okay, let's go get another one. Gotta get it. Yep, you know where I'm headed, don't you? Yep. I already know, don't you? The chariots of the Most High God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai, in the holy place. Okay? Verse 34. Ascribe ye strength unto the Most High. His excellency is over Israel, and his strength is in the clouds. Tell everyone about the power of the Most High Yahweh. His majesty shines down on Israel. His strength is mighty in the heavens. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is awesome in his sanctuary. The power of Israel gives power and strength to his people. There you go. That's another proof. He shall lift up a standard against them. Right? So just hold on.
It's comets. Look how they're moving. So first we get 3-Eye Atlas, then we get Swan, R2, and now they turn on this telescope and they see a literal swarm surrounding Earth. Here, as you can see, they back the camera up and you can see it's literally a swarm headed towards Earth. They literally turned this thing on for like 10 hours. And in a 10-hour period, they saw over 2,000 objects flying in a swarm, looking like they have intelligence to it. And everybody's wondering why all the governments and the militaries and everybody's coming together, having all these secret meetings and surprise meetings, and none of this is on the news. None of this is on the news. None of this Atlas, Swan, Lemon, none of it's on the news. And it's like, this is major news. Why is it on the news? And if you're wondering how they did this, this new telescope takes a video of the night sky every couple of days, and over a 10-year period, it will make a complete video of the entire universe. This is called a Space and Time Project, and this is the telescope that they're going to use to do it. So yes, this video is real, and as you can see, they found over 2,000 objects swarming in just the first 10 hours. But you already know what I think. The kingdom is coming back. Let's be real. What is that? Are we being invaded?
Yeah. He shall invade them with his troops. Let's get it again. Okay. Habakkuk. What was that? Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 16, wasn't it? I'm going to remember that. When I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto his people, he will invade them with his troops. Right? He will invade them with his troops. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt. NLT. This message came to me concerning Egypt. Spiritual Sodom's Egypt is America. Right? You have to go to work every day, and you got spiritual Sodom, LBGTQ+. Right? Look, the Lord is advancing against Egypt, riding on a swift cloud, right? And we all know that swift cloud is the chariot of the Most High, right? The idols of Egypt tremble, right? And the idols of Egypt are everybody worshiping the so-called white man through white privilege, white supremacy. The hearts of the Egyptians melt with fear. The burden of Egypt, King James, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Right? And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's what's happening right now. While Donald Trump is trying to push the Insurrection Act, playing around with the Insurrection Act, to see how far he can push going against the Constitution of the United States before they impeach his ass, or just basically cause an all-out civil war between all the neighbor against neighbor, city against city, Egyptian against Egyptian. Okay, let's go get realm against realm. Boom. 2nd Ezra chapter 13.
How do you know if you're...
Every fucking time. Hold on. So now I know where it's at. I'll just go to a different biblical app. Bible app, okay. That's what I'll do. Bam. I'll just go to a different one. You know. Get out of here. Boom. I'll just go to another one. 2nd Ezra, chapter 13. What does it says? Here there is. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, that the sign shall happen, which I showed thee before. Then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest, as a man ascending. Remember in Acts chapter 1, verse 9, he ascended into a cloud, and the apostles that were left, the 11 apostles, because Judas Iscariot had just hung himself, committing suicide, had beheld him. And you had 2 angels that told him, why do you stand there gawking at the sky? Right? Remember? In white apparel, gleaming like it was LED clothes that they were wearing. Right? And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell upon the earth. And that's what's going on right now. Okay? Where was I at? Where was I at? Boom, boom. Alright. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to do. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that have been scattered abroad throughout the 4 corners of the earth. Shalom.